was one of the most beloved entertainers of our time. Hard to believe that John Denver died 25 years ago this week. Mo Rocca is back on the Mobituaries beat, launching a new run of his popular podcast. He looks back at the country boy who took the music world by storm.
Do you still get people saying, "You're the Annie and Annie song"?
Yes, often.
You fill up my senses.
Yes, Annie Denver was the inspiration for Annie's song, the 1974 ballad by her former husband, singer-songwriter John Denver.
Like a storm in the desert, like a sleepy blue ocean.
The lyrics are now engraved on a boulder here at the John Denver Sanctuary in Aspen, Colorado.
Like a storm in the desert, like a sleepy blue ocean. You fill up my senses, come fill me again. That's beautiful. It's about love and it's about nature and how that stirs those profound feelings up.
While their marriage ended in divorce, Annie has continued to honor John's legacy, helping to design this park, which is equal parts nature preserve and career retrospective. But it's a place he never got to see.
Diving crews searched the waters of Monterey Bay for clues to the crash.
25 years ago this week, John Denver died when the plane he was piloting plunged into the waters off the California coast. He was 53 years old.
He went out fast, kind of went out like a shooting star. Sometimes I wonder, I hope that he wasn't scared, that it all happened pretty quickly for him.
Life is older than the tree.
Global superstardom wasn't inevitable for the entertainer, humanitarian, and environmentalist.
Country roads take me home.
John Denver's own road began in Roswell, New Mexico, where he was born Henry John Dutchendorf Jr. In the 1960s, he moved to Los Angeles to pursue his music career before joining the Chad Mitchell Trio and meeting Annie.
You don't get to be as big a star as John was by accident. He was ambitious, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Very. John had this gift, really. So I don't think I looked at it as ambition until things started happening.
He was born in the summer of his 27th year.
After John went solo, he and Annie moved to Aspen, where the Rockies inspired some of his most memorable music.
His life was far away on the road.
Last month, the Colorado Symphony Orchestra and John's former bandmates commemorated 50 years of Rocky Mountain High, Denver's 1972 tribute to the first place he called home.
Colorado, Rocky Mountain High. I've seen it rain and fire in the sky.
It was after that album that Denver shot into the stratosphere, sharing stages with Olivia Newton-John, Frank Sinatra, and the Muppets.
I've been fishing with my uncle, I wrestled with my cousin, I even kissed Aunt Lou.
As John's star rose, he needed someone to help keep him centered.
He was on a rocket ship, is the way he sort of described it. And that rocket ship, that's a scary thing.
A rocket ship can crash.
It can go very high and come down very fast.
He sought the counsel of Tom Crum, a meditation and martial arts instructor who would become a loyal friend.
We just had this bond that was very powerful. So I started working with him privately in some of the principles of Aikido, and it just was great for his spirit, for his soul. It was grounding for him.
Crum accompanied him across the country and around the world.
When he went to these foreign countries, he always tried to sing something in the language. And he would usually butcher it, because, come on.
But the view through John Denver's signature granny glasses wasn't always rosy.
There's an up and down in him. A lot of artists are that way. And I think that part of his creativity came in those down moments.
What was the hardest conversation you had with him?
In the times when he was so dark and deep, he was really sort of lost.
John Denver entertained millions, but there was also a melancholy about him and his music.
Make me cry.
Music that made him one of the most beloved stars of his era, as you'll hear on my podcast, Mobituaries.
Looks so lovely.
Gentlemen, I'm Rocky the Flying Squirrel.
Mobituaries, Mo Rocca's celebration of our dearly departed. Now available wherever you get your podcasts.